The orang pendek. Small, powerful, and covered in hair, it continues to elude the natives of Sumatra, Indonesia. It is one of the more fascinating creatures in the realm of cryptozoology, not only because it continues to evade mankind in the deep wilderness and jungles, but also its high probability of being a real flesh and blood creature. According to legend, the orang pendek inhabit remote mountainous forests on the island of Sumatra. Orang pendek directly translates to short person in Indonesian. Sightings of the animal date back for more than 100 years. The orang pendek, short man in Malay, was said to be 4 to 5 feet tall, but with powerfully built and broad shoulders and long muscular arms. Sightings suggest it walks upright like a human. Its body is covered with black or honey-colored hair, and it may have a long mane of hair from its head down to its back. It appears to live on the forest floor, unlike the arboreal Sumatran orangutan, which is confined to the north of the island. The orang pendek's diet is said to be mostly fruits, vegetables, and tubers, but some witnesses say they have seen it ripping open logs to get at insect larvae. Rare reports describe it eating fish and freshwater mollusks, and some early reports even have it consuming the flesh of a dead rhinoceros that had fallen into pit traps. Native people in Sumatra, including the modern Sumatrans of Malay descent, and the Orang Rimba, or Kubu, the original people of Sumatra, ascribe no supernatural powers to the creature, unlike tigers, pythons, and other neneks, spirit or totem animals. Nevertheless, many jungle people fear the orang pendek because of its strength, even though it is not considered aggressive and will usually move away from any human it sees. It is said occasionally to use rocks and sticks as crude weapons, hurling them when it feels threatened. Native knowledge of the creature goes back into the mists of history, and there are a number of local names for it. In the southeastern lowlands, it is called Sedapa or Sedapak. Gugu is the name in southern Sumatra, while in the Rawas district, it is Atu Rimbu. In Bengkulu, it is known as Sababa. These days, the creature is reported only in the west of the island, specifically in the area around Kerinci Seblat National Park. News of the creature first reached the west in the early 20th century via Dutch colonists. In 1918, the Sumatran governor, L.C. Westernek, recorded an event that took place in 1910. A boy from Pendek, employed as an overseer by Mr. Van H., had to stake the boundaries of a piece of land for which a long lease had been applied. One day, he took several coolies into the virgin forest in the Bursan Mountains near Lobok Salitsik. Suddenly he saw, some 15 meters away, a large creature, low on its feet, which ran like a man. It was a larger form, Pongo Huizieri. The size of a modern gorilla and presumably a ground dweller, existed further north in what is now mainland Asia. Closely related and known only from its teeth and jaws was the huge Gigantopithecus blacki. This latter species has left fossils in India, Vietnam, and China, some dating as recently as 300,000 years ago. Due to the wide shape of the jawbone, it had been postulated that Gigantopithecus was a biped, with the neck placed directly under the skull. If this is correct, and the rest of the animal was built on the same scale, then Gigantopithecus would have stood 10 feet tall. Some believe that the creature is not extinct, but survives in parts of India, Tibet, China, and the Himalayas, and elsewhere, known as the larger type of Yeti. It's very hairy, and was not an orangutan, but its face was not like an ordinary man's. When they came to the forest floor, male Sumatran orangutan walk on 2 legs, but up in the trees they also walk erect even along branches. Bipedalism was once thought to have developed on the plains of East Africa when hominids first left the jungles to exploit new food sources around 500 million years ago. Standing erect, according to the theory, gave them a better view of potential predators. The vervet monkey demonstrates this kind of behavior, rearing up to look about as if for danger. But now it seems that bipedalism may have begun to evolve in the jungles as well. A more recent sighting involved a group of bikers who captured a small, upright figure of what seemed hominid in origin, sprinting fastly down a narrow path before disappearing into the tall grass, never to be caught. This event was captured on the bikers' GoPros, who then gave chase. Jonathan Downs, a leading cryptid researcher, released the footage and believes the images could be a genuine video of a creature unrecognized by science. He is convinced the ape-like creature with human features could be lurking within Southeast Asia and should be designated as a new species. Mr. Downs, 59, has devoted his life to cryptozoology, which is the search for evidence of creatures from folklore such as the Yeti, Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness Monster. In the new video, the figure appears to sprint away down a track from a group of bikers. They pursue the beast, but it again sprints off and then disappears into the undergrowth to the left of the track. Mr. Downs said, if I were to put a probability on the existence of it, I would say 99%. We know so much about it. We've heard them, we've got footprints, and in 2009, 2 people actually saw one. He is the director of the Center of Fortean Zoology, an organization dedicated to uncovering such sightings. Founded in 1922 by Mr. Downs, members of the group regularly attend expeditions in the hope of proving the genuineness of their claims. There is no doubt in my mind that this animal exists, and I think it's probably a 4th species of orangutan. It's an ape-like creature that has evolved to be able to walk upright rather than swing through trees. This is probably because 700 years ago, Sumatra, where these are found, was hit by an earthquake, and the orang Pendek very quickly evolved to walk upright instead. Apes, including modern orangutans, seem to have descended from a genus of ancient apes known as Civipithecus. They flourished 12.5 to 8.5 million years ago and had bodies shaped like chimpanzees, but heads more like those of modern orangutans. Another genus, Lufingpithecus, arose around 100 million years ago. These may have descended from an earlier form of Civipithecus. Morphologically, they seem to fall between Civipithecus and modern orangutans. It is from Lufingpithecus that modern orangs may have evolved. For now, the orang Pendek remains a mystery, but with the dearth of evidence of existence as it is, it seems that these researchers may find definitive evidence soon. Could this bizarre species shed some light on some ancient primitive ancestors, or possibly have a lost connection to the North American Sasquatch or the Yeti of Nepal? For now, those questions are firmly locked in the unknown files.